guys, it's Donna with Resale Tips and Tales, and today I thought I'd do a quick video, hopefully, on how to clean up your shoes to sell on eBay. A lot of times you find some really nice tennis shoe brands in the stores, but they're just kind of beat up, especially a lot of the ones with the rubber soles on the bottom. The white gets really dingy and dirty. And sometimes the bottoms look kind of gross. But what I found with eBay is that I've been selling shoes since the beginning. And the cleaner the shoe is, the better it's going to sell. Especially the higher end brands, people look for cleaner shoes. Plus nobody wants to get used shoes if they don't have to. So the better they look, the better profits you're going to get, the higher price that you can mark them up to. So today I'm just going to show you a couple of the quick tricks that I use, some of the products that I use to help clean them up and make them look nice so you can take the best pictures possible. So the first thing you always have to remember with shoes is make sure when you're cleaning them that you're in a well-vented area, like a bathroom with a fan, or if you can do it outside, great. Today's kind of cold, so we're in a bathroom, but you just want to make sure that it's ventilated because a lot of the chemicals and the smells. Also, don't wear any new clothes because some of the chemicals might stain your clothes or bleach them, so you don't want to ruin any clothes. Be aware of the flooring around you in case that the chemicals splash up. You don't want to ruin your new floors or something like that. So when you get your new shoe, or your used shoe, you want to look inside and make sure that the insoles are clean. Now, some shoes, the insoles will come out. So I'm going to see. These thankfully do. Now, I'm not going to be able to clean these all up, but I'll disclose that in the listing that the insoles, apparently somebody wore these barefoot. You may want to use gloves too. I've tried to use gloves, but they just kind of get in my way. But anyway, if there's a lot of dog hair and stuff, you can clean it up with a lint roller, or I use old packing tape. This packing tape I got, it's brand, but it didn't work well with my boxes, so I use it now to clean the insoles of my shoes. But just make sure that there's nothing strange or weird on the insides of your shoes. After you do that, you want to make the laces look nice. So that sounds so silly, but a lot of people take pictures of the shoes and they're all open like this. That's just crazy. So make them look pretty, starting from the bottom up. So I'm just tightening them to make them look nice. I also have new shoelaces on hand just in case something's missing or the shoelaces, you can't clean them up to look nice enough, so that way just disclose it in your listing that they're not the original shoelaces, that you replaced them. You can get all kinds. There's round kind, you can get flat kinds, and they're real cheap at Walmart. I think I got them for $1.50 or something like that. Alright, so we're tightening these up a little bit. I bring the tongue up, and then I leave the last hole available, and then I string the lace backwards through the hole on both sides. Okay, and then we're going to tie the top part into a somewhat tight bow, tight enough to hold the tongue up, and then I'm going to pull the tongue forward and then tuck the laces on the inside of the shoe. And then that way the shoe looks so much nicer when you take your pictures. All right, as far as getting the soles clean, I have found this great product on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. Yes, it's an affiliate link, so you might buy me a tea at McDonald's. But this is called Soft Sole, and I get it on Amazon. I really like it, and it's not too expensive. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below for you to use it. But what I like too is that it's got the bristle tops. You wouldn't think that these cheap little bristles work, but they really do. They work really well. So this is the product that I'm using today. It's a spray-on foam. I used to use a product in the store, but that's kind of hit and miss as well with what type of product. So if you want to keep with one that I use, it's called Soft Sole. So we're going to shake it up. And see, when you spray it, it kind of comes on as a foam. And then I'm going to take the lid, which you can see is well used. We're going to apply some pressure and we're going to scrub. Now, I will give you a word of advice here. Be careful with certain shoes. You don't want to stain your shoes, so maybe use it in a small area just to make sure it's not going to stain the fabric on the shoes. I've done that before with a pair of suede shoes. It stained it all the way around the edges, so I ended up just spraying the rest of the suede and it made the color darker, but it worked. You always can make do. Scrub that real good. And right now I'm just working on the white part of the bottom. Now, I like to use microfiber cloths. It seems like it gets it off a little bit better, and plus I'm not going to risk scratching the shoe. So with a little bit of pressure, we're just going to push down and we're going to rub and try to get them as white as possible. See, like I said, you have to put a little pressure down to get that white off. Excuse me, to get the dirt off. And see, that is so much prettier than that. So we're going to do that all the way around the shoe. Now the top part, I'm going to give it a shot with the cleaner. This is more of a silky material, which I haven't really worked with too much. So we're going to see, we're just going to spray it up top here and see. Now I also have an old toothbrush. It was new when I started, so I didn't use one out of my cabinet or anything. But this helps to get into some of the crevices and some of the fabrics on the top. I use the toothbrush over the bristles because I'm worried I'm going to scratch it, especially if it's a leather or a suede. So I'm going to get in here with the toothbrush. Get some circular motions going on here. Like that. Because of this color, it kind of is wearing the dirt not so nicely. Sometimes if you have a stubborn spot, I'll let it sit on there for a little bit. All right, let's get up here with the bristles. Seems to be working better on the white areas at the top. I've heard some resellers that use different products like toothpaste. I haven't done that before, but it's something you could try. There's other products, other scrubbing bubbles I've heard works. I'm using just scissors to clip off a loose string here. Again, you want to make them as pretty as possible. All right, let's get the toe area, which actually is leather. I'm just going to use my toothbrush here. You know, they are used shoes, so you're still going to have spots on some of the shoes. You're just trying to make them as pretty as possible. So they're not going to be perfect, which is hard for me sometimes. I feel like they need to look brand new. This is a nice tip too, even if you're buying shoes for yourself, so you can get them cleaned up. Sometimes you have to be careful on the graphics. I've worn graphics off before, so you just want to kind of tread lightly with the graphics. Some brands come off easier than others. It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Okay. All right, let's get this other side. Same technique. Spray it on. It amazes me sometimes how clean these things get. Just remember when you're taking your pictures, if there's an area that you can't get off, make sure you take some up-close pictures of those areas. You never want to lie in your listings because it's just going to cause trouble in the future. So if there's an issue, there's a spot you can't get out, just disclose it in your listing. Some buyers don't care. So they're just looking for a deal. If these shoes were originally $100, if they can get them for $30, wouldn't you be happy with that? All right, so I'm going to do the same with the upper fabric. Looks like I'm running low on this one. depends on how much time you want to put into it. So you have to determine that in the store before you buy the shoes. So if they're really soiled shoes, you may want to think twice about it, just depending on how much time you have, whether you have time to spend on the shoes. As you notice, I don't have Kyla around because the fumes get kind of strong, so she's taking a nap right now, my daughter. You probably don't want to do this around children because of that. I'm just going to try a little bit here. I got a spot. It may not come off. Let's see if we can get the front here just enough, I think, to get this one finished. Some of the scuffs come off if you just put a little elbow grease into it. All right, so that rubber cleaned up really nicely, if you can see that. And I still have a little bit of staining around the edges. Some of the white at the top is a little dingy, but I'm just going to indicate that in the listing. But they look so much better than they did before. Now the bottoms, one annoying thing, doesn't look like they're on these, is sometimes the thrift stores will write the price on the bottom in like a silver marker or black if it's a white sole. What I've been using lately is hand sanitizer. You can also probably use a rubbing alcohol, or I've heard nail polish remover also works with getting the marker off. But the hand sanitizer seems to be working well. This is terrible, but this is the one that I'm using. It's actually from Bath & Body, but it's a leftover old one that I have. So I've been using that one, and it makes a nice smell. Another tool that I use a lot is just a chopstick. It's just a little wood chopstick. It's got a little bit of a point on the end, which helps to get into the crevices to get rocks out, and also some stubborn dirt. If you have just a little bit of soiling, you can spray on the bottoms too. If it's a white bottom, the same shoe cleaner cleans it up really nice and gets all that dirt and scuffing off the bottoms as well. So that is it for now. If you have any tips that you want to share about cleaning your shoes, leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions, same thing, just leave them in the comments below. Remember to like the videos, share the videos, and try to subscribe if you can. I'm going to try to do all these tips and tricks videos to help you new sellers out, and even your experienced resellers. It's always good to pick up some new tricks. All right, until next time, guys. See ya.